there's a rise of a heat shock protein 27, a very good biomarker for whether the prostate cancer is bad. It's independent of PSA. And, well, what does it do? Well, it's a chaperone for the STAT3 transcription factor, okay? And STAT3 is turned on by interleukin 6, okay? So the JAK-STAT pathway turns on STAT3. So if you have activated STAT3, that's another bad sign that you're in trouble, okay? And so how can you, and so it's turned on, but the main thing is turned on by interleukins. So I went to a meeting and they told me that interleukin 6 is really high in myelomas. And so I said, well, why don't we inhibit interleukin 6? And I was told, well, there were antibodies against interleukin 6, or the receptor, and you can take them for rheumatoid arthritis. And Roche owns them, but they're maybe not that good. Okay, so that was my initial, that was in Madrid last November. So then I came back home, and then learned that Rafael Sodella, a young oncologist at Cold Spring Harbor who works on resistance to RISA, the inhibitor of the epidermal growth factor receptor, which is activated or mutated in about 10% of lung cancer, that she found that essentially how it worked is you had an epithelial to mesenchymal transformation, and that led to IL-6 being made, and IL-6 turns off apoptosis. And if you just add IL-6 to cells growing in culture, which ERISA would work against, so Tarceva, IL-6 completely blocks the action of the epidermal growth factor inhibitors. So then I started reading, and I realized that as far as I can see, every major cancer, head and neck, pancreatic, in the terminal stage you have high IL-6. So, one, routinely people should measure it. And second is we were trying to start experiments that are being done at, I think, at Cornell Medical School or New York Hospital. Raphael is collaborating with someone to see if we can inhibit the IL-6 and see if the effectiveness of the Tarceva goes on. But it's, if you could block STAT3, we don't have good drugs for that. But again, it might be a way. So I think, the essence of the sort of truly malignant, maybe anaplastic cell, which kills you, is that you've always got IL-6. And that's one of the reasons why, or maybe the major reason, why apoptosis is not occurring. So, but is there a way to get around apoptosis? But if your cell line, p53 minus, it's just bad, and you become resistant to all chemotherapy. Let's go back to this. There's a drug called 3-bromopyruvate. It's been studied by this man Peterson, who persisted in believing that Warburg was right in the 80s and early 90s. And he had a Korean woman working with him who had worked with this compound in plants before. And there it is. It's quite toxic, but it kills the cancer cells much easier than it kills normal cells. And that is, so, and it's as if, and I think it probably is true, that the terminal cancer cell is a pretty messed up thing. That is, it'll preferentially be killed. And so she injected it into rats with hepatocellular carcinoma. There was no possibility of curing. And she cured 19 rats. Then she got fired from Johns Hopkins. So there's a story which the courts, say everything is closed and she's not allowed to say anything. And so it's a very strange story. But people have begun to pick up the references to it. And it looks like, might be a very good thing to combine with chemotherapy. Because if you look at it, when it kills the cells, it does not kill by apoptosis. And, it may be killing by starting with autophagy. So I think if you, it just might be the thing we do. Now, today, I'm really excited learning that about lithium. Lithium may be less toxic than 3-bromoparvate and do the same thing. So I think we might be almost there. If, just take your terminal prostate cancer and just give it the chemotherapy, but then add the 3-bromoparvate, add the lithium, just, a real cocktail. And then I'll come back to sort of incidental things. It was, my following the literature of prostate cancer, is it seems clear that sort of PSA goes up much slower in people. That is, when it's metastatic, the rise of PSA is slower in people who exercise. And the simplest explanation is that probably the heavy exercise activates the AMP kinase. In any case, I play. So my sort of preventive medicine is to, really play tennis to the point where I just, cannot run another, step. It comes back very fast, but I mean, you really get to the point where, your muscles have just no ATP. He was Sweden's junior champ, so I mean, he's a good player. But and you could say, why does he play with me $100 an hour? But I can get his second serves. And I'll come back and just AMP kinase. If you could inhibit it. And then the other fact which has led me to take another preventive medicine is people who have type 2 diabetes and are taking an anti-diabetic, metformin, which is the most glucophage. Their cancers grow slower.